So I'm Alain Gilles. I'm a Belgian designer, basically working internationally and having fun doing what I do. Basically, design is my second life, and I'm currently having a lot of fun working with Wewood here on some really special pieces. I would say the design philosophy depends very much on the type of product that we are designing. So a lot of times it's about playing with the functionalities or creating new functionalities when possible. Of course, it's not possible in every typology of products. And then it's also re-envisioning the architecture of the product. That's very much what we do, actually. Well, the Reform collection is small side tables, coffee table, console. It's a family of objects, but it's a family where I wanted to make sure that people could play with them. I wanted to make sure that people could say something else than what I've just designed, in a way that they could almost like co-design by playing with the modular pieces. So I wanted to go one step further, not being just normal. Oh no, solid wood is, I mean, it's a beautiful material, first of all. Second, I think I would say, in a way, in some cases, it makes it easier because you're actually directly sculpting into the matter itself. So you can go very far, or very simple as well, but you can go in details. If you're starting to veneer the pieces, you have to make sure that you can apply the veneer in certain ways or not. Here you can dig into the material now, like you're carving the material very much. I would certainly never see solid wood as something that is not sustainable. As long, of course, as the forest where the wood is harvested from, where it's cut from, are managed in the correct way. I think that the fact that we're playing with solid wood here means that the piece is going to last for much longer. It also means that it might have easily second, third, maybe even a fourth life, because you can always repolish the wood, right? It's solid, so there's no problem. Well, basically, I mean, with Joanna, we've known each other. Joanna, who's your art director, we've known each other for a long time. We're friends, so I think we share some of the same design philosophies, some of the same visions. So I think to me, as a designer, this was reassuring also. I had this feeling, you never know, but I had this feeling that I would be understood, or that she would at least understand what it is that we're trying to achieve. I would say if I look at the way it's been going on with Wewood here, on this specific project, it's been very straightforward. The translation into the real product in solid wood, to me, it has been just like if it were the 3D, actually. Basically, since we sculpt everything in 3D and then we send the plans and the models over, it feels like exactly like what we designed. There might be some minor changes that we don't even notice, at least. So no, it's perfect collaboration for me on this. So actually I have a background first in political sciences. So political sciences, when you think about it, what it is? It's about understanding life. It's understanding a society, right? I also did afterwards, did a specialization in marketing, but I never practiced marketing. But still, I mean, marketing, in a way, it's also about design. It's also about how do you make sure that what it is that you're designing is understood correctly. I always say that a product, it's like a sentence. It's like a sentence that you're writing. The design itself is saying something to people. Then, of course, There's everything that comes around it, that people, marketing people, social media people, photographers bring to the product, which is an extra part of the story and also sometimes part of their own vision on the product. But in this case, I would say that the fact that they studied marketing, I don't think it's so important. I just understand that it will have at one point to be sold. Will it sell well? I never know. But I want to make sure that the story goes through. Then about me, have I done the right decision in deciding to change life? It's not that I changed life, basically. It's now I'm living my own life. I think before I was kind of living the life that I thought that my father would have thought was correct. Basically working in the financial world, in big multinational companies. This is my life. It's not my work, it's my life. It's my passion as well. Design is one thing. It's only one small element in the process because then something has to be produced unless you produce it yourself. But even if you produce it yourself, then you have to sell it to somebody, hopefully, right? That's the idea. So design is one thing, but at one point it's about people. At one point it's about life. At one point it's about understanding each other. I notice over the years that whenever we go, and I go see a company, of course we take the time to look at the prototype or to talk about what we could do together or whatever stage of the project we're in. But, after that small amount of time, we go to the restaurant, just like anybody else. We talk about a lot of things. And I would say that I think that I've had the chance to live different lives. I've had the chance to work in different fields. It means that I understand also other stuff, just like the idea of having in stock, managing this and that, and life in general. But it's not just having studied something. It's about basically being receptive to what's happening around you. So it's not just that you need to study something else. But I think the fact that I came into design later, older, probably helped me. The people tend to compare, oppose the digital world, social media, to the brick and mortar world, right? Having your own physical shop, as you were saying. I think you need both, but I think the very good thing about deciding, as you're doing in your case here with Wewood, to open flagship stores, I think that's actually a very good way. Why? Because imagine that on social media, you're controlling your image fairly well, right? You post the pictures you want, you ask the photographers, you choose your photographers basically. So there's a control, which every company likes to control its own image, right? And then imagine your furniture pieces end up in a shop which is not yours, which is very common, but you have no clue how it's used. Sometimes shop owners have a very good taste. A very good taste, what does that mean? They have a taste that fits you, and the way they organize things is actually really smart, and it fits the pieces, and they're able to combine different brands, or they decide to do corners, fine. But here, the fact that you are opening flagship stores, it means that you control again. And it means that you control the message and that people will normally be able to understand a lot better what it is that, in this case, Wewood stands for and how to best use your own products. And hopefully, a physical place like this can also be a great means to actually be used to then create the link with the digital world by filming stuff, by having people coming over, taking pictures, whatever. Huh? Yeah. Well, it's good. I mean, I think I like the cleverness of the store. I like the way it's been arranged. I like this, how should I say, it's walls, but this curtain feeling. I like the fact that you've kept the authenticity of the place itself. We still feel the original place, but that you've put this kind of curtain that actually binds and separates a bit the whole place together. I think it's very clever, and the fact that you still have this impression of a larger store, even though it's been divided so that people can feel a bit like they're at home, and they can judge the pieces according to their size and project themselves more easily. I think it's very clever. But still, there's also that slight, dream element that we all need and all want. A store now, it's definitely not a place anymore where you're selling. It's a place where you're telling a story. It's a place where you meet people. But selling, once they've seen, they can buy anywhere, right? And online as well. We're in Lisbon right now, right? Amazing city. So I think, really when you come over for your holidays, please just come and visit the shop, the Wewood shop. It's in a beautiful place, a beautiful environment, one of the main streets here. Yeah, so come over, enjoy the sun, and then buy good furniture, lasting furniture.